So celebrating inclusion is at the heart of our ongoing transformation of developmental services. We're working to ensure all Ontarians, including those with disabilities, reach their potential, which begins with inclusion. In 2014, the government reinforced its commitment to inclusion through our investment of $810 million over 3 years. And at the time, it really sounded like a lot of money. We're in year 2. And we're just very acutely aware of how much more there is to do. We know we're providing a lot of new direct funding through Passport and special services at home, and we've certainly included some 14,000 new funding approvals just last year under those 2 programs. So certainly that investment is showing results, but there is certainly much more to do. You may have seen me quoted on sheltered workshops quite recently, and maybe some of you were surprised. I know my staff were. I have been traveling around the province to visit as many agencies as I possibly can. Unfortunately, I have to fit in coming down here now and again. And I've really listened to as many people as possible on the issue of sheltered workshops. So we have committed to no new admissions into sheltered workshops. I know this is going to cause a lot of anxiety, probably mostly with parents and caregivers. And we certainly will not move anyone out of a sheltered workshop unless they have alternative supports in the community, opportunity potentially for competitive employment, but we don't want to leave anyone high and dry without the supports that they need. So this is going to take a number of years, and I hope you'll help me allay any fears that you have out in your part of the province as to why and what we're trying to do with this policy. One of the other areas that we have invested in is our employment and modernization program. We've funded 6 projects that are focused on transitioning adults from sheltered workshops to competitive employment. Community Living London is a very successful example. I know Michelle Palmer is here. Also Community Living Algoma. We have established the Centre for Excellence in Employment Services, or at least provided additional funding to help agencies plan the transition, again, away from sheltered workshops. But we recognize this is a complex issue, and we are committed to doing this in a thoughtful way and in partnership with our agencies who are providing the services. And we want to move forward with everyone who has interest at the heart of this issue, which of course includes all of you in this room. Successful transitions can be made from sheltered settings through careful individualized planning and engagement from individuals and families. And again, in my travels across the province, I've been particularly struck by where successful employment occurs. It is on an individualized basis, matching a person's, not only their abilities to the potential needs of the job, but also their personality. And I was so impressed with my visit to Live, Work, Play in Ottawa, where a young gentleman with an incredibly gregarious personality rides the truck to go and pick up carpets and drapes to be cleaned. And he is such a salesman, you can be sure that business is going to use that company for as long as Jeremy is on the truck. And also, they've placed people who perhaps prefer to work quietly by themselves. And TD in Ottawa has provided opportunities for people to work in the mail room, which is more suited to their particular tastes. We know that the Ministry of Labour is also conducting a review of labour and employment issues through engaging stakeholders from this community. And then, of course, the Ministry of Economic Development, Employment and Infrastructure is currently reviewing recommendations from the Partnership Council on employment opportunities for people with disabilities. This may all take some time, but we have seen some great progress already. And of course, we know that there's no one-size-fits-all for housing solutions for adults with developmental disabilities. So I'm really pleased to announce that our housing task force will be launching the second call for proposals later this month. I've seen firsthand some of the creative partnerships that encourage the development of new housing solutions across the province from the first round of approved projects, and I look forward to more creativity in the second round. Finally, I'd like to thank everyone in this room for the contributions they made to support the inclusion of people with disabilities in our communities. And to mark this special day this afternoon, I will be making a joint statement in the House with my colleague, the Honourable Brad Dougall, Minister of Economic Development, Employment and Infrastructure. And I hope some of you may be able to join us in the visitors' gallery. This is a far more sedate occurrence than a question period, so don't be scared of the ministerial statement. Ontario is on the road to become a leader in inclusion, choice, and independence for the people we serve. And I want to thank you for the important work you do each and every day, and for partnering with us to build a richer and more inclusive Ontario. Together, I'm confident we will continue to improve the supports and services available, both for the people who need them now and for those who will need them in the future. Thank you so much for being here.